Ho ho, Merry Crapmas. I'm Review Cultist.
And I'm Dr. Leviathan.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy, most festive, and most pasta. Tonight we have Zippy the Elf. So, it's Christmas, so I decided to torture my fellow co-host, and I found the worst, I found the most Christmassy creepypasta I could find, not on creepypasta.com, not on creepypasta.wiki, but on crappypasta.com. So, yeah. We'll just dive into this one's rundown.
Yeah.
So it's about this guy, or this kid, talking about this Zippy the Elf, which I guess was a story, and then a show, and then...
No? It's an elf on the shelf.
Okay. Right,
it's a shelf elf.
Right, okay, yeah.
And it's this thing that, I guess, it's a book that, with this elf that you put around and you read the story to your kids, and it explains that, you be good for Christmas, because... The elf on the shelf is watching, but, he can't move when there's people around. It explains it in the story.
Yeah.
Because, honestly, I just thought it was something that people took ridiculous pictures of and put on the internet.
Yeah, and actually...
until I read this story.
Yeah, also, when I looked up... I did look up Zippy the Elf, for a reading of this. There's no reading of this one on YouTube, but there's a lot of videos of, Zippy the Elf moving. Just creepy videos of, supposed, sightings of the Zippy... Or of the... Not the Zippy. The Elf on a Shelf moving. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's see what this story's about. So yeah, he's talking about this elf on a shelf and how when he was, I guess he just says when he's 12, his mom and dad and them come back from just post Thanksgiving Black Friday sales and stuff like that. And they get home and they see on the he sees right as he comes inside and just dead on, just dead straight, there's this elf on the table with a book. And then the rest of the family comes in, and his younger brother is super excited about it. He's not really that excited. And the brother's just about to go touch it, and then his mom's just like, "Don't do it!" And they both look in confusion, and then she gets them to sit down, and she pulls the book away from the table and tells them the story of the elf on a shelf and what Dr. Leviathan just mentioned. Of it being, you put it on a shelf and it can't move during the day and stuff.
It doesn't move when you're looking at it, and if you touch it, it takes away its Christmas... It could take away its Christmas magic, and it gets its Christmas magic when you give it a name.
And then...
the mom's like, oh, what should we name it? Fucking Zippy!
yeah, the brother's just like, Zippy! Zippy! Because it zips from here to the North Pole and back again. So the narrator's not having any of this. He's too old for this bullshit.
Yeah, he's fucking 12, man.
No.
Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, those guys aren't real. Not like the Tooth Fairy.
I know. And so his mom gets him brings him into the kitchen and chastises him for saying that stuff in front of the younger brother. Don't you dare ruin this for your younger brother. I can't remember what the kid's name is. I think it's
he's James. His brother is Carson.
Carson, right? And we have a little bit of an insight on this, James being kind of pissy about it. It's I think my mom likes my brother more than me. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I know. Crawling in my skin. That stupid emo bullshit at 12.
Dude, man, that's when that shit starts.
I guess so.
That's why everybody makes fun of them, because they sound like a bunch of 12-year-old little bitches.
So yeah, life in the house goes on, with the elf popping up in different spots and stuff. Until one night, James is watching TV late at night, and does he hear something? He hears whispering. Yeah, he hears whispering, and so he starts ignoring it, and then eventually, he just gets incessant. So he goes and checks it out in the kitchen, and there on the table, standing up, is Zippy the Elf. And I was like, well, Mom must have put it there. And then goes to turn away, and then it falls off the table onto the floor. What the fuck? I didn't do any of that. So he goes to pick it up, and then realizes that his mom's words, and then decides to just completely shrug them off. Picks up the Zippy the Elf, and as soon as he does, the light bulb goes out above him, and he's just left in like darkness with this elf, and with the blue glow from the other room. He swears he sees like an evil smirk on the elf's face, but he gets kind of weirded out, puts the elf back on the table, and then turns off the TV, goes upstairs, and I think that's it. Like for that night, right? Yeah. Is that when the messages start showing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then his mom, started doing the notes from Zippy.
Using M&Ms and magnets and I'm gonna
cute little messages around the house, like, you gotta be good because I'm watching and that's not totally creepy all the time.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. When I first read the whole M&Ms thing, I was like, wait, how does he form so sentences in M&Ms? Like, was there like a special alphabet, like a special version or something like that had different alphabets?
Shelf elf M&Ms so that your shelf elf can communicate.
Yeah, and
I put more than just M's on the M&Ms.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it wasn't even me because, like, I mentioned this off to Matt from The Drunk and the Ugly, and he even like he Googled it and was like, no, there's never been like M&Ms with just alphabets, and so that's how the fuck is this going? And then I go to talk to Dr. Leviathan today before we do the show, and he points it out, and it's so blatantly obvious. Would you like to explain?
Well, no, I think
okay. Yeah, no, they're spelled out with the M&Ms, like, forming the words, and I'm
forming the letters.
Yeah, and I'm just, how the fuck did I... Okay. Yeah, so...
So there's some holiday good cheer for everyone.
Yeah, at the expense of the review cultist. I love to give, I'm sorry. So there's, like, weird message, like, these messages of, like, better not pout, blah, blah, blah. And
basically Zippy starts leaving like
more warning or like threats.
Yeah, a little more threatening, like be good or else and whatnot like that. I can't remember what the rest of them are. But the kid, James here takes it fucking way too fucking like
way too. Yeah,
Mom, Jesus Christ, motherfucker, God. Yeah. Just let me be myself. And like everyone
Christmas.
else.
I don't like this Christmas bullshit.
Well, it's not that he doesn't like Christmas, he just doesn't believe in Santa.
Yeah.
And, he asks his mom, and she's like, I haven't done another message with M&M since the first one. And it's all like, dun dun dun, but we all know what the fuck it was, because...
Yeah. There's no hiding it.
Well, and at the start, he's like, yeah, Zippy tried to kill me, basically.
Yeah. So, yeah, so then like that night or something like that,
some night,
he hears noise out in the hall, so he goes to investigate.
It's the whispering again.
Yeah, the whispering again. And then he sees that there's a light in the bathroom, so he goes to investigate that. And he opens it up, and there's nobody there. But on the mirror, there's in toothpaste, there's another message, like it's more threatening. I can't remember what it is. It's like, oh, you better not pout, you better not cry.
No, you better not cry, I'll show you why.
Yeah.
Right. None of the you better not
just
pout,
the first
because that was in a different message on the fridge magnet.
Right. Yeah, you better not cry, I'll show you why. And then he turns around and sees Zippy on the door. I guess, okay. There might be like a towel rack or something he's on. No?
He's in the doorway, not on
okay.
the door,
I was like, okay, sorry. Yeah, all right. Yeah, he's in the doorway, and he tries to get past him, but then the rug or the mat or whatever gets taken off behind him, and so he gets thrown back, and gets a pair of scissors just like rammed right into his thigh.
Well, he doesn't get them right. He falls on them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
But you make it sound like Zippy's like, going on.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Yeah, it gets, he falls on these scissors and they go, really deep in. And so he's racked in pain, and then his parents show up because, again, he screamed and stuff. He looks to the mirror. The mirror's just smudged toothpaste, and Zippy's nowhere to be found. Parents try to like use like a med kit or a first aid kit, and then eventually they take him to the hospital, and they get
eventually. It's pretty fucking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
you make it sound like they're like, shh, it's just
James.
Oh, fine, you won't stop crying.
Sorry, it's not what I meant. Yeah, so he gets to the hospital, they pull it out, do tetanus and bullshit, and he explains to his parents, like, oh, like, Zippy's trying to kill me, he's trying to kill me, and so his parents decide that he needs to go to a psychiatric, or evaluation.
No, he's just, okay, you're skipping the end, dude. You skipped that part already.
Okay.
You've already skipped that part, because when he goes to the ER, wait, am I not?
I thought...
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, okay. No. Oh, fuck. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah, so...
You'll get that in editing.
Yeah. I'll just put that in the... yeah, so he goes to psychiatric evaluation, and unfortunately, like, the guy just shrugs it off. It's like, oh, well, clearly he's just want for attention, and I think it would be a good idea for you to get rid of the Zippy the Elf, because it's just doing more harm than good. So, I mean, there's some good that came out of it. Or at least for the time being, they get rid of the elf, and the mom gives like a sob story to Carson about like how you've been such a good boy, so Zippy doesn't need to be around us anymore. And then he thinks his troubles are over. He starts actually getting into the holiday spirit finally. Looking forward to Christmas, and then Christmas Eve comes around. And that night he goes down to the to where him and Carson put milk and cookies, and they're half drinking. It's half gone, both the cookies and the milk. But there's a note there that wasn't there before, and so he picks it up and starts reading it. And it's low. I'm not going to read the whole damn thing, but it's like essentially it's Zippy, and you thought you could get away from me, but you can't. I'm always watching. I'm right here, watching you as you panic right now. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, you think your mom throwing me out can get rid of me?
She just threw me in the trash. So he just freaks out, throws it, runs for upstairs, gets up to the top of the stairs, and trips on one of Carson's train sets that's just conveniently at the top of the stairs, falls down the stairs, and like is in extreme amount of pain. Right before he blacks out, he thinks he sees the shape of Zippy at the top of the stairs, and then he wakes up in the hospital. And he's, like, broken an arm and some ribs.
He's all fucked up.
Yeah. But he's going to be okay, so his family's there comforting him, and then he's just like, I need some time to recover. And so they just leave. And then the nurse comes in with a present. It's like, oh, here's something somebody wanted to give you. It's like, oh, who's it from? It's like, I don't know, I was just told that you had to get it. And then, goodbye. And so he's like, oh, cool, a present. I wonder what it could be. Let me just read the card. And then it's a card from dun 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 Zippy. And we assume that Zippy's in the present. And that's the end.
Yep.
So, alright, so it is on crappypasta.com, but I don't feel like it really should be on crappypasta.com. Like, it's not a fantastic story, but it's not horrible, like, or compared to what we have had on the show that have been on creepypasta.com.
Well, and I mean, like, Jeff the Killer gets its own wiki.
Yep.
And this ends up on Crappypasta.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't care what world you live in, that's not fair. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Zippy the Elf deserves his own, wiki. I'm saying,
it doesn't deserve to be on a site called Crappypasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's not great.
No.
It's definitely amateur. It's
not like...
It just doesn't deserve to be on Crappypasta.
Yeah.
Not compared to so many other things.
So many that we have done on the show. Yeah, I remember reading it, I was like, well, okay. Just confusion by why this is here. And then looking on the comments, and the comments are just like, oh, this is so stupid. You can't make Zippy scary, blah, 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 blah. But then there's the odd one. It's like, man, actually kind of like, it was kind of cool and creepy at the, like in parts. So,
oh, no, it's actually totally fucking possible to make a Shelf and the Elf fucking creepy as hell.
And like, actually the imagery of Shelf and the Elf in this, like, that was some of the creepier parts, was like, just the
I don't know, the smirk thing.
Not the smirk stuff, but I mean, like, just its presence,
Well,
like, popping
the
up and
thing
stuff.
with the smirk is that like, every time it fucking came up, it was always, like, it's a fucking smirk of doom.
Oh, God, it's like the...
And I was just like, fuck, no, it's not, man, it's a fucking toy.
Yeah.
You really need to calm the shit.
Or its hollow blue eyes that stared into my soul.
Yeah, like...
It's like, what the...
No, but... I see what you're trying to do. Just stop.
It's just an uncanny valley, creepy. Like that's what it like. What this thing would be. It would be like just a creepy, like too happy looking toy, and it's moving around in different places when you're not looking. That's creepy, and that's actually like the parts in the story when that's happening. That's really that's kind of effective. Like in the same way as the story kind of like I don't know if it's just because like some shit's been coming out lately like that reminded me of it, but it feels very much like in the vein of like Gremlins or Krampus or like a Christmas creepy story. Like how it actually works like in that vein. Like it works in that goal that it was trying to do, where it was I assume trying to make a creepy story for Christmas.
Yeah. Or, I mean, like, the fucking Shelf and the Elf seems to be like fucking clowns. Some people just find it creepy. And, playing on that.
Exactly. Like
it's a valid thing. I mean...
It's why Puppet Master is a good is a competent horror movie. Or horror series.
The problem with this story is that it shoots itself in the foot right away by saying, like, oh man, I fucking almost got killed by Zippy the Elf. Let me tell you how. And then
it goes into
periodically throughout the story, it tries to, like, be like,
as being...
oh, I wonder what? Oh, wasn't my mom? Is that what you're telling me? No, it had to have been her. This thing won't move on its own, will it?
Yeah.
And it's like, well... You already said it does, so I don't know why you're trying to make me think that you think it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Also, the one thing that, I mean, nitpicky, when the mom tells them the story about the shelf on an elf, or the elf on a shelf thing, it says that it can't move as long as it can only move if everyone in the house is asleep. Yet this thing's moving around. Well, this kid is the only one awake. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says that, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look into this. Oh, son of a bitch. You're right.
That's twice today.
Yeah, it still doesn't make up for the M&M thing.
I know. I still can't believe that. Holy shit. I don't know why. It's just like, well, that makes no fucking sense. Also, like there are so much more easier ways to like convey like these messages, like the magnets. Just focus and use the magnets. Why did you need any other medium?
Well, because you're supposed to be doing the fucking shelf elf thing for like weeks, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta mix it up every now and then. And I mean, like, kids can't eat fridge... Well, I mean, they shouldn't eat fridge magnets.
That's true.
But they can totally eat M&Ms.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, so... is there really anything else to say about this? Other than, like, why is it on crapmas.com?
Well, I mean... The only thing I can really see is...
The spelling isn't the greatest. Like, there's words that are missing.
Yeah.
Or words that are replaced with
There's lots of that. Everything's spelled correctly because it, went through spell check, but sometimes it's just the wrong word.
Yeah, like creep is crepe.
Yeah, and sense is sense. Like, I mean, it's a fucking amateur mistake.
Yeah.
And we're talking about creepypastas. These are written by amateurs.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I can't even condemn it for that. Honestly, it really is just fucking mind-boggling why it's on Crappypasta.
Yeah. So I guess with that in mind, do you recommend it or no?
No, because I'm still gonna, like, I mean, it's a Christmas creepypasta. So I would still recommend the Christmas tree one from last year.
Yes.
Whereas this one, like, because that one worked. This one, it doesn't work. It doesn't get the creep factor going on. I mean, it's competently written. It's not horrible, but it's not great either.
Yeah.
And because, like, I honestly, I get, like, just I get Christmased out really easily, so, well, not really easily, but, like, I don't have room in my life for 2 creepypasta, like, Christmas creepypastas. Because, I mean, you know, I just watched the Gremlins movies, and...
Or you just saw the Krampus on theaters.
No.
No?
No, I watched the Gremlins movies the last couple of nights.
Fair enough.
You know, like, Die Hard's coming up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I've got the Christmas Futurama episodes, like... I don't have room for 2 creepypastas.
I'm already going to go read Christmas Tree again.
Oh yeah, and I've got freaking Batman Noel.
Nice.
So, I mean, yeah, like, there's...
Alright, yeah.
I just don't have room. And, like, that's not even getting into the classics, like an actual Christmas Carol or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright.
I can't recommend this because... I honestly feel like if you're going to read a Christmas creepypasta, you should treat yourself, not
torture yourself.
Well, this isn't torture.
That's the other issue I'm having right now, because, like, I don't really know what to give this one, because I feel like it shouldn't be on that site, so I want people to read it and, like, make that judgment call themselves, and maybe have something come of it. But at the same time, it's not... it's not the Christmas tree.
It's not something that people should rush out to read.
Yeah.
But I mean,
if you're feeling festive,
yeah, if you like reading creepypastas and you're feeling festive, you could probably do a lot worse than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To be completely honest. But yeah, I still can't recommend it because it's not great.
Okay.
Or it's not like it's just. The worst I can say about it is that it's not good. The best I could say about it is that it's not bad.
But it's in that in-between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will recommend it, just for the sake of,
because I'm not, and... Well, no, because that helps say that it's not shit, but it's not amazing.
Yeah.
One of us recommends it, and the other one doesn't.
Exactly. That, and it's just like...
Not because you're contrary.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, exactly. That's your trope. And also, I just, like for something that we found on Crappypasta and that I was expecting to be horrendous, it's actually not bad for that. So, you can go check it out there. I'll leave a link in the description below.
Yeah, it does. One actual legitimate complaint I will throw on is that at points it's fucking just extending shit for no real reason. It just fucking goes on and on about one little thing, and you're just like, okay, fucking get on with it.
Yeah, we know.
And it doesn't. And it keeps just going on.
Actually, the Messages, I think, was one of those where they just kept coming in different, like, oh, I found another M&M one, and then another magnet one, and then another M&M one, and then another magnet one. And then I went to go get some milk and didn't see the message on the fridge. But when I closed the door, I spilled my milk as I stared at the magnet message. It just kept going on, and it's like, eh. But yeah.
Yeah, it was basically spinning its tires on one idea that it had, as opposed to moving on to the next thing. So that it was really a pacing issue more than anything, I guess. But I mean, compared to some of the shit I've read, that's a minor crime.
That's a nitpick at this point. Alright, so that was our episode for tonight. So, if you like what you heard, leave a comment in the comment section below wherever this gets posted, whether it be on Kibi6, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr. We're on iTunes, so leave us a review. Every little bit helps. You can send us messages on Twitter at dr.leviathan or at reviewcultist. And you can also send us emails at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com. Where you can also send us suggestions for other creepypastas that you'd like us to discuss on the show. So, also, you can, if you'd like to support us, you can donate. Go to the Tumblr site, crazonstudios.tumblr.com, and you can check out all of the title cards for each episode. And on the side, there's a little donate button. So, until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
And I'm still Dr. Leviathan.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all. Sleep well.
Don't stifle my creativity.
Glaring at me evilly? And in anger?
I was giving you a thing for the end. Giving you a thing for the end. Giving you a thing for the end. Giving you a